Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. When you last tossed an empty soda can into the trash bag, did you ever wonder how much of plastic or the can is using and how long it's going to remain in the landfill if it is not recycled? 500 years. If you throw a beer bottle, do you realize how long does it take to decompose if it is a landfill? 5,000 years. When you're reading a Sunday newspaper, sipping your favorite coffee, does it ever occur to you that how many trees are cut to produce the entire Sunday edition in the whole of US each week? It's 500,000 trees. When you're stashing your grocery items in the trunk of your car, does it ever occur to you how much the landfill grows and how many creatures die each year because we don't recycle plastic? I think I've hinted enough to confirm that I'm going to talk about recycling today. Some serious facts and some major effects to our environment every single day of our life. The US is the #1 trash producing country in the world. In figures, 5% of the world's population produces 40% of the world's trash. Isn't that amazing? We like to live with conveniences, don't we? We like to live with plastics and papers being part of our daily chores. Now, if I tell you that Mount Romkey is the highest point in the state of Ohio, okay, big deal, right? But won't you be tickled to know that that highest point in the state of Ohio is actually a mound of trash? Every single year, the US disposes billions and billions of diapers, pens, staples, and so on, which ultimately land in the landfill. We actually discard every year enough tires, car tires, and aluminum to actually rebuild the US fleet, the airline fleet, 4 times over. So we waste that much. So it's a good time to actually think about how recycling can help make our environment green and so on. So today I would like to talk about 4 major categories of products that should be and can be recycled. And each one of us should do our part to help reduce the landfill and make our environment greener. Now the categories are aluminum, APPG, aluminum, plastic, paper, and glass. Now let's talk about aluminum for a while. Aluminum cans are the most recycled item in the entire country. It takes about as little as 60 days for an empty aluminum can to come back to the shelf. So this is recycling, it's a closed loop recycling at its finest and the fastest. And there's no limit on the number of times you can recycle an aluminum can. So think about it, a small aluminum can, if you recycle, it saves energy equivalent to half a gallon of gas. Now you can imagine every year we trash 80 billion aluminum cans and how much energy we can save. So that's a food for thought. Next is paper. Each year we throw away 1 billion trees worth of paper. Now 1 ton of paper is equivalent to saving 17 trees that could in turn absorb 250 pounds of carbon dioxide from air. It sucks in the air and makes the air cleaner. So you can imagine how many trees will save and how much of cleaner the air will be if you recycle paper. Come to plastic. Plastic, you'll be amazed to know that we dispose 25 million plastic bottles each hour. And this is coming from 911org.com. And 25 billion styrofoam coffee cups that you use from our break rooms every year. 25 billion. Now that's huge. And if you do not dispose plastic and if you do not recycle plastic as we should, the ocean will be filled with plastic garbage, and that will kill 1 million creatures every year. So we should do our environment a big favor by recycling plastic as much as we can. Try to reduce our grocery bags and try to stick to one glass mug instead of multiple foam coffee cups. Now, the last but not the least is glass. So again, every month we throw glass bottles and jars enough to stack up a giant skyscraper. And recycling one glass bottle actually saves about 100-watt bulb running for 4 hours. So now you can imagine how much of energy you will save if you recycle glass. Now the rate at which the landfill is rising, it's really alarming. It's the problem is parallel to what we know famously called global warming. In essence, global warming and recycling are related, very closely related. The more you recycle, of course, the less energy we spend to produce new items, the less the pollution, and the less the global warming. So hopefully with these facts and all these examples, hopefully I have persuaded you to think about global recycling in each single thing that you do each single day. Thank you.